everybody? Welcome to Fandom Found Survivor Wannabes Season 37, Episode 5 review. My name is Ryan Smith, and I can hear the freaking thing in the background for no apparent reason there. I got rid of it. Okay. With me today are Seb and Dennis. Hi, guys.
Dennis.
I'm Dennis. My brain doesn't work when I'm on alcohol.
Okay. What kind of alcohol are you on this evening?
Vodka.
Vodka alcohol? Just vodka or anything mixed with it?
Vodka and Diet Cherry Coke.
Weird. I still
Last
find that
time
to be
you
a
were on
very
it.
weird.
It didn't turn out well.
What? What?
Last time you drank that, it didn't turn out well.
Oh, yeah. Well, I kind of managed myself. No
Didn't
more.
you say on our Walking Dead podcast last week that you don't really drink anymore?
I'm doing sober November, but it's only October 25th, so I got time to kill.
So get fucked up till
Yeah,
then.
let's do it.
Well, it's a sad night tonight.
Why is it a sad night tonight?
You better pour one out for your girl, Natalie.
I
Napalm.
refuse. It is not. I did not choose her on my team.
Yeah, but once you get her, you have to own it. So
No, I don't. She can fuck off for all I care. Let me take the starting the stream thing off here. I had the ending stream up for like 5 seconds before we started.
I saw you thanking everyone for watching. I was like, damn, we didn't even start yet. What are you doing?
Oh, Jesus.
Ryan's drunk, y'all. Ryan's drunk.
I'm going to get this down pat one day. Listen,
One of these things.
listen, I got to be the main host of this and then do all the engineer work, so you know how
You're
it is.
doing it all. You're the king of the Survivor podcast.
I guess so.
Thank you so much for your. Oh, I like the new background. Very nice new background.
I mean, the
Looks
background's
nice.
kind of the same, but I threw a frame in
border
there.
in there?
Yeah, a little frame
That's
in
nice,
there.
that's nice.
And then,
I like it.
yeah, when I bring up the Survivor draft screenshot, it fits snug and tight in there too. So looks a little more together.
Well, if you're not listening live, you don't even know what the hell we're talking about. But you can listen live because we record live every Thursday night.
You can
on
watch
TV.
live.
You can watch. Well, yeah, kind of watch live.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not much to watch, but you can if you wanted to.
Listen, I got so many gifts going. It's ridiculous.
It's true. Do you add new ones in there every week?
No. If I find a good one, I throw it in.
Oh my god, how fun would it be? And this would probably take a lot of work, and I'm not actually asking you. Well, I'm going to direct you to do it like Natalie would direct you to do it.
Why isn't it done yet?
You're going to make gifts for every new episode that we're talking about every week, and you're going to put them into our little thing here.
Look, I don't know how to make GIFs. I just find them on Giphy.
You just take like little clips of the show.
Oh,
And put
if
them
it's
on.
so easy, you could do it and just send them to me then.
No, I am Natalie. I'm the delegator. You are the doer.
Let's be honest. If any of us were on Survivor with Natalie, we wouldn't put up with that shit.
I don't know. I think I would. To be honest with you, I think they made a very poor decision voting out Natalie at the end of the day.
I mean, no one would vote for her, but could you spend 39 days on an island with that woman?
Yes, because I look at it from the perspective of it's a short-term, it's a temporary pain for a long-term gain, and I just don't feel like Mike was looking at it from that perspective. Like, you just put up with this woman. Like, I get it, she's annoying as fuck, but, like, just deal with it, dude. Like, I mean, I guess for someone like him who doesn't really need $1 million, it's not that big of a deal. He just wants to play and enjoy his time. But me, who needs $1 million, I would look at it from the perspective of I will put up with this woman's bullshit for 20 more days because I know her ass is not going to win. So that's what I would do. I think it was a huge mistake for them to vote out Natalie. Up until the point where when I was taking little notes for this show, I literally wrote Lyrsa gets voted out by a vote of 3-2, and then the last vote was read and it was Natalie. And I was like, "Are you serious?" I was shocked that they voted out Natalie.
I would have been fine with Lyrsa as well.
I mean, I would have been fine with either because neither of them were my picks. So,
Like, none of your people, with the exception of Nick, I think, have like been brought up to be voted off. Oh no, Elizabeth too.
yeah, but not. Yeah, I mean, like, but I've never been like genuinely concerned that any of them were going home. So, it looks like next week they're really talking about on the Jabini tribe, like it looks like Mike is now turning his sights onto Angelina and was worried that she's very strategic and a good person.
Good.
Yeah. But I don't know. When they make it that obvious, I feel like that's never the person who goes home. So
Well,
I'm not really
let me bring up the graph here while I can.
bring it up. Bring
get
it
rid
up.
of the gifts. There we go.
Dennis, what did you think about their decision to vote out Natalie at the end of the day?
Yeah, I'm with you, Seb. I did 6 years with you guys. I can do 30 days with Natalie.
Wait, are you saying we're as annoying as Natalie is?
if not more.
I honestly, I
Wow.
might be. I have no. I honestly, I have like her kind of mentality. Sometimes I'm very, directional, and I know what I want when I want it. I want my fire made, and I don't smell no smoke. Okay.
Seb, don't you be giving no one sass. I'm gonna throw you under the bus.
Make my eggs. We're gonna make them all now. And can I just say, I did a little bit of research on eggs, and fresh eggs can last a really long time.
You could also bury the eggs under the sand where it never gets hot, and
I
it's
was
like
thinking the
stupid
exact same
cool.
Yeah. Why didn't they do that?
Just put a board over it. There's so many options.
Yeah, were they concerned like an animal would like dig them up or something?
I don't fucking know, dude.
I don't know, but I've just in like all my survival training.
You know what
which
would have
is
solved the
zero.
issue if they had just done better, gotten the chickens, and wouldn't have to worry about it.
This is true. This is true. But you could dig sand. You could dig out a decent bit of sand, and you could bury shit under there, and it acts like as a natural refrigerator because it never gets hot under the sand.
Yep.
So I'm a little bit surprised that no one thought about that on their end.
People are dumb. But you know what?
So-
It could also be the editors just fucking around.
That's true. That's true. So did you agree with their decision to vote out Natalie at the end?
I mean, if I put my biases aside of her being the most annoying person in the game, no. I do agree with you that if you can stand her till the end of the game, she'd be the perfect scapegoat, but I think it could also bite you in the ass somehow. Like, if it's between someone who's being just super annoying and you who plays a strategic game and getting people out, like, if as someone on the jury, would I vote for someone who's just annoying, or would I vote for someone who's actually played a strategic game and been hostile towards a bunch of people? Like, just to fuck that person over who played the best game they could, I'd vote for the other person.
Yeah.
So you have to weigh the options.
Yeah, I mean, I could see like one of the like Natalie could easily lean in. See, but that's the thing too. Like, I felt like if Natalie made it to the end, she could lean into the fact that no one liked me. I didn't really get along with anyone. So obviously I had to play a semi-decent game to be able to get here. I don't know. I don't know if people would actually respect that or not. And honestly, I don't think she's self-aware enough to even use that as her excuse of why she should win. She'd be like, "Oh no, I played a great game. I was strategic. I got out people that I needed to get out. Blah blah blah." Like, I just feel like she wouldn't even be like, "Oh, no one liked me. I thought everyone liked me."
Yeah, you're probably right.
Angelina, like, we've never had an issue.
Jesus.
And Angelina's like, differences. Come on, Jeff. Come on.
Can I have your coat?
Where I was
No.
shocked she didn't give her the coat.
I wasn't.
Why?
'Cause it's Natalie.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know if you watch like that little after scene, like when the votes are being shown, like who voted which way, and she does her little exit interview or whatever, and she says the only reason I didn't give her my coat is because I didn't know if she had anything to do with me getting voted out.
Right,
so
that
I
was
decided to
dumb.
give
Like,
my
she was the
coat.
only person who didn't vote for you. Like, he read all the votes, and you had two.
Yeah, but-
you had 2 votes against, like, that were for whomever.
I'm surprised, like, when Natalie was leaving, like, why didn't Angelina say, like, I didn't vote for you? Like,
I don't think it mattered.
I voted for you to stay. Like, she didn't really, all she kept saying was, can I have your coat? Can I have your coat? Can I have your coat? She didn't say, yo, you had 1 vote that kept you here, and that was me. So, like, what the fuck, man?
That was all a ploy, though.
What do you mean?
She voted for her to stay, knowing that she was going to go home just to get that jacket.
Oh, you think?
100%.
Oh, well then even more credit to Angelina because that's a brilliant fucking strategy.
You think Angelina voted for her?
She voted for she voted against Lyrsa.
Mm-hmm.
So she voted for Lyrsa to go home.
Yes.
Oh,
Correct.
Yeah,
okay.
but knowing that it wasn't going to be Lyrsa.
You think?
Oh yeah, 100%. The way she like played it off afterwards.
Let
Give me a hug. I didn't know. Yeah, duh.
I,
I
that's
see
interesting.
right through that.
I could see that, and Angelina seems like a strategic enough player to come up with that plan on her own. I mean, she must have known, like she's close to Mike, so she had to have known Mike was going to vote that way. She didn't look particularly blindsided by the fact that Natalie got voted out.
Well, I hope she brings that. If she makes it to final 2 or final 3, I hope she brings that up. That'd be hilarious. I did this, and it didn't work out.
That would be funny as all hell.
Yeah.
And honestly, like Angelina again continues to impress me week after week with her performance. Like honestly, watching her early videos, like preseason interview videos or whatever, I thought I agreed with you guys. Like I picked her, but I thought she was gonna be a fucking Looney Tune. And
she looked fake as fuck, and
yeah, but she's super smart. She stays calm, she stays cool, she stays reserved, she's defending Natalie, but not coming off as like super abrasive one way or another. Like she's really impressing the shit out of me.
Yeah. I could 100% see her winning.
Yeah. So
people need to get her voted out now. Stat.
Nah, they need to
Stat.
But I'm just sitting here pretty. I mean, even Dennis, you're sitting pretty too, man. You only have one out, and that was because she left voluntarily. So, Ryan.
Well, he's got 2 technically, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Technically, I never had anyone voted out.
Oh yeah, that's
Sure.
true. Both your contestants were evacuated.
Yeah, how does that happen? You got 2 medically evacuated. Well, I mean, B voluntarily left, but still, like medically evacuated. That's kind of crazy. But
This
Ryan,
bullshit.
how are you feeling at this point in the season?
You know what? This shit always happens with me whenever I do kind of like pools like this. Like my fantasy football team, everyone's fucking hurt. It's bullshit. I won 1 game so far this year, and it was my very first one. And then everyone got hurt, and I haven't won a game since. So I can't say I'm surprised, but I'm a little. Some of the picks, I'm a little concerned. Like I didn't think Natalia was gonna go home. Definitely didn't think Jeremy was gonna go home.
Yeah, me neither. I
But
still feel like Gabby might have her like caterpillar into a butterfly story.
I don't.
feel like it's coming.
No, I've given up on Gabby. Kara's a maybe, and Christian's probably my best go-to.
Yeah, I think Christian's in a pretty solid position at this point in the game. I mean, he seems to be making these really great connections with, obviously his original tribe, and then also with
The bromance or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, the brochachos or whatever the fuck their names are. So, unlike you, I think Kara's probably in a pretty bad position.
As long as she makes merge, I think she'll be all right.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel about Gabby too.
I see. Gabby's one she's not making any moves. She's crying all the time. She's not really, from what I've seen, she just doesn't help out at all in camp. I could be wrong, but just based on what I've been seeing, she just kind of sits there and mopes the entire time. So she'd be one of those people you take to final 2, final 3, because I don't think anyone would vote for her. She's not making any connections other than with Christian.
Yeah, I think like one of Frank. Do you think they're going to go back into 2 tribes before they merge into one?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
So definitely. I think her best case scenario for getting to the merge, she needs to be split off from Christian. She needs to essentially be forced to connect with other people. And the only way that's going to happen is if she ends up separated on a different tribe from Christian, and she has to actually start building different bonds with people. Otherwise, I think she's going to get fucking left behind, like you said.
Oh, definitely. And, I could definitely see someone approaching Christian being like, we're voting Gabby tonight, and Christian's just like, all right.
Yeah.
I could 100% see him throwing her under the bus.
Sure. I mean, I think he likes her. I think he's friends with her, but yeah, I don't think he's
But she's useless as a tribe mate.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I wouldn't disagree. I mean, she's not super strategic, like you said. She's just kind of. I don't want to call her whiny because last week we were talking about like I understand her feelings. I get it. I understand why she feels the way that she does, but she's also in full control of her, building connections with people.
Yeah,
So don't sit there and cry that you don't have any connections with people because you're clearly not going out of your way to attempt to even
right.
bond with
The
these
only
people
person who can
whatsoever.
fix that is you. And because she was bitching and moaning about it on Twitter when we were doing our podcast last week, it's very clear that she didn't do that while
Yeah,
she was there. So
you're right.
it is what it is. Like, you're either going to fix it or you're going to sit there and cry about it, which it appears that she did. So
She has chosen to cry.
Mhm. Well, I mean,
Um,
Christian was crying this episode too, but I think, it was because
that
he
was-
won. Those were tears of joy.
Yeah. What did you think of Kara? Here, Dennis will go over to you. What did you think of Kara's strategy? Instead of trying to partner back up with Alec after kind of getting blindsided by him, her strategy moving forward is to throw Alec under the bus.
So stupid.
Yeah, I thought that was really dumb strategy also.
Yeah, Elizabeth said it best. Like, Alec basically needs her to go forward, and when that merge happens, Kara has no ties really with them.
I 100% agree with you. I thought it was a very strange strategy for her to try to get in good with the Davids at that point after all that had gone down. Like, why at that point would Kara think that Elizabeth would choose her over Alec? Alec, who showed his loyalty to the the Davids of the group. So it didn't really make sense to me. I thought her best bet would have been trying to get back in good graces with Alec, if anyone, and then maybe Alec could like put in a good word for her. I don't know, but
As much as I hate to admit it, I really like Elizabeth now.
oh,
Yeah, she's
come to my side, guys. Come
yeah,
to my side.
she might win this thing.
Oh, oh,
I fucking hope not.
such a hearty chuckle.
She hasn't done anything that I consider worth winning over.
We're only in 5. She has a very good read on people, man.
Yeah,
What? Great. That doesn't do anything for her being the reason I'd vote for her to win Survivor.
Look,
You
Kara
can
came
read
to her-
people good.
She,
You lose.
she came to Kara came to her, trying to turn on Alec, and Elizabeth was smart enough to sniff it out and realize that Kara would be, the better person to not be in the group versus an Alec. And she's
And-
absolutely right.
and the way she got into Alec's head is like so perfect. Even in the tribal council, like just calling him out, like if you got the balls to do this, you need to do this now.
Well, it was
Say.
easy for her because Natalia is such a fucking dumb idiot. You're gonna
What do
vote.
you-
You're gonna vote with me or else. I don't like the. I don't like this. I don't like what's going on over here. I don't like the talk. I don't like the talking. Look at my teeth. I don't like. I don't like this. He's gonna vote you out. You stupid idiot. You think you're running shit? You're not.
I think Elizabeth is smart enough to, like you said, know that she can manipulate Alec, basically doing whatever he wants. Because I agree with Alec. Like, I feel like I would play like Alec, and that would, to me, it's a mistake. Like, it was a dumb move. Again, I think it was a bad decision for him to have decided to vote out Natalia versus a David. And I think when you're on Survivor, you want to make moves, and Kara said it herself. It's too early. It doesn't make sense to make a move like that so early in the game. And I think it just goes to show Alec can be manipulated. He can be convinced into making kind of what I would perceive to be a dumb move on his part. But he sees it as like, oh, I made a big move. Like, how impressive. Like, people are going to be talking about me. But like, again, short-term pain, long-term gain. Like, that was a bad decision in my opinion.
Yeah, I
Just like
agree.
this week.
Not only did you turn on Natalia and Kara, you turned on the rest of your tribe as well, and they all see that, so they're not going to trust you when you go to merge if you make
Yep.
merge.
Yep.
And then you can turn that entire situation around and if you were Elizabeth and be like, well, you turned on your tribe, we can't trust you. You're first to go.
Yeah. But yeah, and I don't think she should do that because I think she knows she could just manipulate the shit out of him super easily. And
But if
just get
she
him
can
to
do it, then
whatever.
anyone can do it. That's
Sure,
that's
sure.
what I'm saying. Like, he's a risk.
I would agree. I would agree. So I don't know. Maybe so. Then I don't know. We kind of talked ourselves in a circle there. Maybe Kara K did make the right decision, trying to, you know, flip everyone on Alec. But I just feel like it's not going to work for her.
I just don't think, honestly, I think it was the right decision. How she went about doing it was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Oh, very interesting. Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? The whole like first half of this episode was them getting evacuated due to bad weather.
I mean, I think it happens regularly now in the fall, winter seasons.
I don't
That's the
understand
time of the year, right? Or no, it's filmed in the summer, so yeah, it would be that time of the year.
No, but I think they like intentionally filmed the seasons like when it gets out of rainy season. Like I feel like at the beginning of the season they were like, "Oh, we are exiting. We are at the tail end of rainy season." So shocked that it's raining so much, but I feel like over the last like couple of seasons they've been filming in Fiji, like all they do is keep encountering bad weather, which makes me wonder why do they continue to film in Fiji? You know,
Probably,
like go somewhere else.
Fiji allows them with minimal payment.
Sure,
It's cheaper,
I mean,
cheaper to film in Fiji.
yeah, I mean, there's got to be some sort of financial incentive to film in Fiji, but I don't know. I kind of like miss the seasons where they like film in different locations. Like I feel like they don't do that anymore. They film every season in Fiji. I miss like the Africas and like
Yeah, I agree.
non-tropical climates. I think it makes for
Australia and China and all the,
yeah, exactly, like the jungles and the rivers and shit like that, not just like beach and rain.
I think it's probably because like those places there are things that could actually kill the people that are on the show.
True.
Like even the bugs. You get stung or bit by a wrong bug, like you're dead.
Yeah.
Like I have a buddy who went to India because his wife is Indian, and they went there to get their wedding. I forget the correct term for Indian wedding gowns or garb. But he got bit right as he was leaving to come home. He got bit by a mosquito, and ended up getting, I want to say it's dengue fever or something like that. Some kind of disease you only get there. And if he ever gets bit again, he dies. So he can never go back to India.
Jesus Christ. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. He was telling me this. He was like, I was sick as shit, and, I went to the hospital, and they're like, you can really never go back there, because if you get bit by one again, you're pretty much dead.
Why didn't he get like any shots or anything?
It's not like you can get like an immunization for it or anything like that. It's just like something that happens there, I guess.
Damn, that's crazy. When I went to Amazon, I took like the malaria pills and shit like that. So.
Oh yeah, well, I think malaria is completely different, but
probably.
It's malaria is a bacteria. This was a virus or some shit. I don't know.
Good thing, because
you went to the Amazon.
Yeah, when I was in college, I went to Peru and we did a tour, and part of it was in the Amazon. So.
Oh, that's dope. See anything cool?
Yeah. Some sloths, some monkeys,
sloths.
A lot of my spirit animal, the sloth, and a lot.
My favorite sin.
No, my favorite sin is
wrath,
gluttony.
Gluttony.
I love
all the food, all the beer.
But yeah, I got mauled by mosquitoes, so that was fun.
Ugh.
And then I had diarrhea when I came home.
Oh, you drank the water?
No, I didn't drink the water, but we went swimming in it, so I'm sure it got into my body.
Oh, God.
Somehow.
Do you know there's a fish in the Amazon that's attracted to urine and swims up your dick? And it's like, it's barbed, so you can't pull it out, or it rips your dick, and you have to get, like, surgically removed.
That was my biggest fear. I did not pee when I was in the water.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything in my stream hole.
Oh, God. Imagine coming home and your dick hurts and you got a fucking fish in your dick. No, thank you!
Rough life to rough life.
I had a catheter in, and that felt like someone was shoving like a pipe cleaner up your dick, and I was just like, oh, that's... I don't want a fish that's worse.
Yeah. No, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
A catheter is like my biggest fear ever. Like having a catheter and an IV. Like both of those things freak me out.
You don't like having IVs? IVs are easy.
No.
Catheter wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
The only time I've ever had an IV is when I got teeth out.
When you what?
When I got my wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and as soon like they stuck it in, and I was like, all right, I'm way here, and I'm gonna pass in, and I was like about to lose my shit. Like I was about to be like, get this fucking thing out of my arm, and then I passed out.
I had my MRI the other day, and they put one in because they do contrast and without contrast, so they inject whatever the hell it is in your arm to add contrast to it. So I had one, and I was just sitting there for like 40 minutes waiting for this MRI to happen with one in my arm. I figured you'd freak out with that.
No, I would lose my fucking mind.
Oh, man.
Did you feel anything?
What?
The contrast or whatever?
Well, contrast going in just feels cold. It's
Like to your whole body, or
no, just like when it enters your arm.
oh,
It's literally nothing. And same with a catheter. It's just like if you have a catheter and you're getting a surgery that involves you being put on a lot of drugs, so you don't feel it most of the time. Though I remember laying in bed in the intensive care unit, and I was like, I have to pee, and my mom was just like, just go, you got a catheter, and then I didn't even realize it, and then I started going, and then the catheter, the tube that came out was like on my leg, and I was like, I'm peeing on my leg, because it was like all hot and shit. But you don't really feel it unless you move like a certain way that it like makes it feel weird, and then you definitely feel it when they take it out, but they do it real quick, so it just feels weird for like a hot second.
like having people there, just knowing that urinating would be like a problem for me.
Oh, dude, the best thing that happened to me coming out of surgery is I ended up not caring about anything. Like, so many people have seen you naked at that point. It's just kind of like, fuck it. Like, I don't feel that way now, but for like the first 3 or 4 months, I didn't give a shit about anything. Just get up in the middle of the night, walk to the bathroom naked. Who cares? Fuck it. I have to shower and someone has to help me. Fuck it. I don't care.
So with the catheter, do you actually have to physically pee, or you're just peeing and you don't even realize it?
So from what I remember, I could actually still hold it. It's not like you just go all the time.
Okay.
And that may just be me. But I specifically remember having a hard time peeing without the catheter after they took it out. Yeah. But it was just kind of like, why am I not going?
I just don't feel like I could like sit there and like Dennis, like, you know how like anytime you try to where other, it's hard to do it.
You broke up. What did you say?
You know, like when you try to pee anywhere but a toilet, it's like kind of hard to do it because you just like your brain doesn't function in that way. Like no. I just can't imagine like well, okay, I guess
I pee wherever I have to pee. I don't give a shit anymore.
Like sitting in a bed, I just could not like force myself to pee.
Yeah, it's weird. Especially when you're all drugged up, you're just kind of like, what do I do? Oh, I'm peeing.
What about poop?
So I couldn't walk, so I remember specifically one time the hottest nurse they could find comes in, smoking hot redhead, and keep in mind I vaguely remember this stuff because I was on so many fucking drugs. I'm like, I gotta poop, and she just comes in and she gives you like this little trough they put under your butt. They like flip you on your side, they stick this thing under, and you just shit in it. And the entire time I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I hate that you have to do this. She's like, don't worry, honey, I gotta do this all the time. I was like, but you're hot.
Yeah, that part would kill me a little bit inside.
It was so weird being at the hospital I was at. Like, everybody there is in college, and they're all like
I want some like shriveled old wrinkly ass lady.
Yeah. So that's what it was at our stream. Just cut out a little bit there for a second, but that's what it was at the rehab clinic. It was all like old women, and I was just like, oh, and then there were a couple college students that were training there, and the one college student had to like watch me shower, and I was just kind of like, just stand outside, I'm fine. It was
part of their job is to watch you shower.
They had to be in the room in case I fell.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and because most people who go through that are elderly, the shower curtains are clear. So it's just kind of like, turn around.
What do you need a clear shower curtain for? Like, I feel like if you like fall out of it, like you're gonna notice.
The shower curtains to keep the water in the shower instead of coming out. So it's not to provide you with a wall.
Gotcha. All right.
So whatever.
Well.
We went on a fucking tangent. So
Whatever. That's what
you know.
people like us for, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. This episode of Survivor was honestly a little bit slower, so it requires a few tangents.
Yeah,
So
I personally love going on tangents. So
Well, this is valuable information.
yeah, just in case
Who
when you
knows
guys
when
get
I'm
old
gonna
and
Yeah.
go in a hospital.
This is my exact reason for never going to the doctor.
Well, I have to go to the doctor till I die. So whatever.
Well, yeah, so that's all Scott Kimball's fault for giving you.
Yeah,
a brain
goddamn
tumor.
Scott Gimble.
Still think you should try that lawsuit.
Yeah, that wouldn't hold up.
You never know. In this
I did a
conversation-
podcast for
So
6
fa-
years,
so-
Scott Gimble, on your dumb show, and then I ended up with a brain tumor, Scott Gimble.
What Dennis said, you'll just settle. You'll probably
I'll
get
just
like
settle.
$1 million.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Shut you up.
Oh, speaking of tangents, no one has claimed the Mega Millions yet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they have 180 days to do it, but no
And then
one's
what
claimed
happens?
it. Then it comes.
Oh, it goes
they
back?
just do it again.
The money just comes back.
Yep, they launch the thing again.
I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like I would probably wait like 50 days until like people just completely
Kind of
fucking
forget about it.
it.
Yeah, I'd get a
Yeah,
lawyer
sure.
ready, and because apparently people just come out of the woodwork to sue you once they find out you've gained a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, well, to sue you, family members who you haven't sued in 100 years.
Yeah, they come and hey, remember me?
Could you imagine overnight being a billionaire?
Yes,
Like,
I have,
was
I
ju-
can, I want to.
it's like it's not even like after taxes. It'll be like half, like 500 million. It was after taxes $1 billion.
Yeah, just around that. Yep.
That's crazy. Like, I just cannot fathom. Like, your family will be set for generations.
My one
It's
friend was like, "What would you do? Would you tear down your lake house and build a new one?" I was like, "Dude, I'd fucking buy the lake."
Fuck the lake. I would buy the entire state of Pennsylvania.
Oh my god, $1 billion. That'd be.
$1 billion.
I'm a billionaire. Let me on Survivor.
Yeah, right? I don't need the money. I just want to play.
Fuck my backstory. I'll pay
My
you to be
backstory.
on the show.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm going to buy this show.
Yeah, I'll fucking buy the show from CBS. I'll buy CBS.
How great is that? Like, literally, you could just buy whatever you want. You could buy TV networks. You could buy shows. You could buy countries.
Oh my god. I bought Afghanistan.
Oh gosh. All right. Maybe we should talk about the episode. But keep me posted in the next 180 days. I never bought a ticket for this anyway, so maybe I'll buy
Maybe
one.
well, Powerball's at what, the cool 600 million.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It was overshadowed by the Mega Millions. Mega
the
Billions.
The Mega Billions. Yeah, they
Mhm.
have to rename it. The Mega Billions. All right. So, can we talk about the fact that Dan found a second idol?
And they always lead you to believe he's not gonna find it, and then I was looking all over the place and I just couldn't find it. But then I was walking down by the beach and saw some string wrapped around a fucking bamboo pole. I was like, oh my god! But I great. Now everybody knows he has one, but not two, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of not good for him either way because everyone knows one. So the likelihood of him getting blindsided and going home with two, and he strikes me as the type of person who could go home with two idols.
Yeah, I that'd be a great gift to take home with him.
Yeah, sure. But leave your jacket.
Yeah, believe you, Jack.
No.
At this
Yeah.
point, he's the strongest player in this game right now. The most set.
Yeah, he is. And then Davy's a hot second, and then I guess Carl's a hot third.
You know what would make him more set?
What?
If no one fucking knew he had an idol. Now, imagine going into the merge with 2 idols that no one knows about.
Oh, that'd
How
be
amazing
so
is that?
great.
You could use one as leverage later down the line to help someone you're aligned with, one for yourself. Like, that's craziness.
What else is interesting is, you know, when he was talking about the idol situation, he's like, well, anytime we switch tribes, there's usually a new idol. So that means there's 2 new idols out there on the other 2 beaches. So that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 idols that are in play, I guess.
Oh, is that what was that what he was saying? He was saying, wait, really? They put out new
Oh,
idols
no,
every
it
time?
was a hint. So, okay, so there's 2 hints, I guess, on the other tribes to find the idol in the next challenge or whatever the hell it was.
Oh,
Wow.
do you think there's idols under the other 2 posts as well?
See, I don't
Like
think
that
so.
game?
I think if someone, I think the way they do it is if someone finds it pre the challenge, they'll put it there. So I
That
didn't,
makes sense.
because someone could just randomly find that. You could see it, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what I found a little bit shady about that clue?
What?
Well, it was like, you know, there will be an idol at the next immunity challenge. So have they only done how many immunity challenges have they done since they switched tribes?
2, 2.
Yeah, so okay, so after the first tribal council, then they put that clue out there. So that clue was really only out there for what? Day?
Yeah. So here's what I'm thinking is that if there is a clue, so once they all switch tribes, there's a clue hidden at each, let's say, tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they find one, if someone like finds one like Dan did, they get rid of the other 2, and they only put the idol hidden in his thing because he's the only one that knows about it being there. It's not like you have to pre-plan that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like there's idols in all 3 stacks of or whatever those wood stands were. It was only his because he was the only one that found it, and then I assume at night they go and dig up the other 2 at the other base camps and get rid of them.
But then do they put like 2 new clues out that aren't specific to a immunity challenge?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
I'd
I'm sure
imagine so because it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure someone else will. Unless they just view it from the perspective of everyone had the same amount of time to find these exact same ones.
The exact same clue, and because they didn't find it, they remove it at night.
And then, like, that's it.
I guess, or they hide a new one because
Yeah,
you can't.
I don't know.
You
This
can't
one
just
seems
hide
so
one at one camp
shady.
and not the other ones, right?
Yeah, this whole thing seems shady because it's like, who's to say, like, Dan finds that and then, you know, Natalie finds the same exact clue at her thing, and then what? There's 2 idols at the next immunity challenge that both of them have to go get. Like, I don't know. It seems kind of weird.
I mean, it would, I from a game playing standpoint, it would make sense. So, let's say initially they hid those 3 clues at everyone's camp, right? In more or less the same way, a stick or whatever the hell it was. And so let's say 2 people found them. There would be 2 hidden idols at the same immunity challenge for them to find. Because they know exactly where they are, and they would, like, Dan wouldn't expect there to be other idols in the other things, right? Because he's not going to walk over to those and look.
No, yeah, no, he wouldn't.
So it would make sense that if 2 people found them, then yes, there would be 2 idols hidden at that immunity challenge.
Well, that'd be interesting if 2 people are trying to do the exact same thing.
Yeah. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of scripted.
That was the vibe I got. Not gonna lie.
Like, you don't know. You can't
Weird.
You can't know unless you work for Survivor.
Yeah, I wonder if he finds it and then they like hand him a clue to read specific to like whatever that situation is.
I honestly, the way I think it would work is you hide the 3 things on each island at the night before the tribal or the immunity challenge, right? and then you hope someone finds one. So someone finds one, they open it up. Because the other two weren't found, you go dig them up after the challenge, right? And then they're no longer in play, or you replace them
with something else.
Yeah. Because I don't think you could. I mean, I guess you could, because you could just say it was a time frame, or you could say because one was found, the others get nixed because we only allow a certain amount of idols in play.
Mm-hmm.
Because 5 fucking immunity idols in play at the same time would be fucking ridiculous.
I know. That's what I was saying like a couple weeks ago. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I hate it when he fucking idols out there because it's just dumb. It's stupid when it comes down to the final 6 and 5 people have idols. Like, it's just stupid. It's not fun. I mean, I get it. It makes fun like TV moments, but I think it's just kind of lame in general. But I don't know. Whatever.
How is no one like putting Carl, like a target on Carl's back, just from exile?
Yeah, you would think. I'm shocked no one said anything about Carl because, you know, everyone knows when you go to exile, you get a clue for something.
Yeah.
So, like, I'd be watching him, you know, immensely. But
do you guys think we're gonna see exile again this season?
I hope not. Exile's kind of run its course for me. It's just kind of like I think it was last season they had to go and they had to hit like a little thing and it gave them a clue as to whether or not it was like they were going to get something or not.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just kind of dumb.
I think the only reason they introduced exile was because they realized they had one extra person when they were splitting the tribes into 3. So we're like, oh, we'll send them one person to exile.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see it again. But I did like the switch up of the challenges. I'm glad we got a
separate
reward challenge and immunity challenge. I think that was good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought, you know, in a slower episode, it kind of helps to like break things apart a little bit more and give like, and it created like the reward challenge created so much like fun drama in this episode with the eggs and like boiling them all versus boiling a few later, whatever. I still was kind of confused as to like what exactly they were even fighting about.
Some people wanted to save them, and then other people wanted to boil them all at once.
Yeah, but it's like, why was that such a fight? I don't understand.
I honestly don't know.
So Natalie just wanted to cook them all right then and there, but she didn't want to eat them all?
I guess. Or she did want to eat them all. 2 per person. It's 2 eggs,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was a dozen, so I think each person would get 2 eggs. Yeah, I don't understand why they were trying to them. Like, just fucking eat them all. I kind of like strangely agree with Natalie in that way.
You need your protein. And who was it? It was your girl Angelina, who's a vegan, right? Or
yeah,
what is it? Vegetarian. Yeah.
Yeah. Are vegetarians allowed to eat eggs?
Vegetarians are. Vegans are not.
A vegetarian doesn't eat meat.
Egg is not technically meat.
How is it not meat? It
Dude, I'm
into
not
a
any of these
chicken.
people. I don't make these rules. Vegans don't eat anything that comes from an animal, and I know that vegetarians will eat egg, they'll eat fish, they'll drink milk, they'll eat ice cream.
I mean, I get that, but that's not like ice cream isn't like an animal.
But it comes from an animal.
Sure. But like that's like me saying, "Oh, I won't eat humans, but I'll eat fetuses." Like it's the same
milk's
thing.
not growing into an animal after that.
Yes.
Neither is an unfertilized egg.
I don't know.
Dude,
I see what you're
dude,
saying,
I'm just telling you how it is. I don't make these rules. I think fish is meat. I don't know how fish got past being meat. It's literally an animal's flesh.
Yes. And so is an egg.
I agree with you. But I don't know how that beats
and in my
it.
normal life, I just survive on eggs all the What?
That's how I get my protein, from eggs.
That's how I get my meat, from eggs.
I eat scrambled animals, not actual animals.
Yeah, I didn't understand that situation at all, but you know, whatever. That's why I'm not a vegetarian. So,
I like my steak. I like my pork. I like my ham. The salted pork is particularly delicious.
Can we talk about how lame that reward challenge was.
What do you mean?
It was the most boring challenge they've ever done.
I will say I was very underwhelmed by. Yes, you're right. It was very boring. I did think this thing. I thought
What the hell was it? I can't even remember it. Wow, it
they
was
had
boring.
they had to punch all those bags from the net,
Oh yeah, that was dumb as shit.
and then they had to slingshot. they
No,
had to
before
slingshot
that, there was a
What?
second group that had to go and collect the bags. That was their big contribution to this whole thing.
Well, and you know what I found it so weird is like they had to collect like 50 bags, and then there was only 2 targets. And I was like, well, this.
Oh
seems kinda
yeah,
like
that.
it.
Since when are there only 2 targets? There was
I
like
don't know.
8 in like past challenges.
Yeah, well, because they would get like 1, and then Jeff would be like, halfway there, only 1 to go, and I was like, there's only 2 targets.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't seem.
Great.
It just didn't seem that difficult. I was
Great.
like a little bit confused by that. If you guys got chickens, would you guys eat the chickens, or would you let the chickens lay eggs, and then you would eat the eggs, which are vegetarian
I have to do research on how often chickens lay eggs. Because if
think
they're
every
laying, if you have 4 chickens and a rooster, you save all the chickens and you kill the rooster for food.
Well, they didn't
And-
get a rooster. You
No,
wouldn't
they
want a
did. They
rooster.
definitely did get a rooster.
There was
Yeah.
no rooster.
Yes, there was. 100%.
Why would you give a rooster with chickens? Because guess what? They're gonna shit out fertilized eggs, and you're not gonna eat those.
You can eat fertilized eggs.
Ew! No one wants to eat fertilized eggs.
It's barely different from a regular egg. It's not like you're eating a chicken. It pops out after it's fertilized. It's still like a normal egg.
Mm.
It takes time for babies to go from yolk to baby.
Okay. So, ew, see, this is a problem. That's why eggs cannot go from yolk to baby. Not vegetarian.
I'd still eat a fertilized egg if it just popped out of a chicken's butt.
So a chicken can lay up to an egg as often as once a day.
Oh, then
Although it's not-
I wouldn't eat the chickens. I'd kill the rooster that they definitely got, Seb. Go
They
back.
do not get a rooster.
He says they get a rooster. I bet you $20.
No. Make me a gif of it.
No,
You can
go
have
back
it.
and watch the episode. They
Now I'm gonna
always
go
get
back
a
and watch it.
rooster. He specifically says they get a rooster in this one.
I would ask the people listening to us live, but I don't think anyone who's listening to live actually watches this show. So, fine,
Well,
I'm
you're
gonna go
wrong,
back.
and you should feel wrong.
I just don't understand why they would get a rooster.
So they have the opportunity to kill the rooster and eat it because it's essentially useless other than for its meat, and then save the chickens for eggs.
And the answer to can you eat a fertilized egg is I don't
Is
think
what?
I'd want to.
You broke up.
But the answer is yes. You
Oh, okay.
can. So
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of gross, but you know.
Dude, if I'm on an island with no food, I'd be in the water every day fucking hunting for fish. Even though I hate fish, I'd still fucking eat it. And then I would eat the shit out of a fertilized egg. Maybe not the eggs where, like, the babies are fully formed. Like that, what is it, Polynesian delicacy that they usually do
Yeah.
during eating challenges.
That's a later challenge.
Fuck
that's for
that.
immunity. Yeah, no, that's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry. That would be my biggest issue. I don't think I'd be able to do the like food challenges because
I could do them,
I'm not about that life.
I wouldn't like it, but I'd do them.
fucking lamb eyeballs. I'm eating beetles. I'm
See, like, beetle I could do. I probably couldn't do the chicken thing. I could do like cow eye or brain, monkey brain, or whatever the hell it is they throw out there. Like any kind of bug I could do. Easy.
No.
Just
Hell
large
no.
mega
Especially if I'm
things.
hungry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, those large like what are those? They're like the grubs or whatever.
Oh, dude, I'd swallow that shit whole.
Yeah, I probably would try to too. But then it's alive and it's probably gonna live in you.
It's in my stomach. I don't care. I don't see it. I don't feel it. It's dying. Who cares?
Yeah,
I'm turning it
until it's
into poop.
Until it's laying eggs in you.
No.
That happens, man.
No,
Haven't
it
you ever
doesn't.
seen- Haven't you ever seen the show Monsters Inside Me?
That is completely different. It's if you eat something with a tapeworm in it, you're gonna get the tapeworm.
Exactly. You don't think that little grub has a tapeworm in it?
No,
I bet you it does.
I bet you it doesn't.
All right, let's talk about the immunity challenge, shall we?
Okay.
That one was a little bit more fun, a little more physical. I thought Natalie was going to break her ankle a couple of times.
We could only hope. But she got voted out, so it doesn't matter.
And sliding down that bamboo like pole thing, that just looks and sounds really fucking painful.
Oh, dude, it looked like so much fun.
Real?
I like
No,
this
that-
challenge. It was like
when you're-
build a bridge for the rest of your team.
Yeah, that part was cool, but then again, it always comes down to the puzzle. It didn't matter. None of that beginning part matters. They should just straight up run from one side to the puzzle and just do the damn puzzle.
You're right. And I think we've talked about this in past episodes where it always comes down to the puzzle. Like it doesn't matter if you get there late. Like I think the team who got there late got second, the purple tribe or whatever the hell they were.
Yeah, and the team who didn't drop the ball at all lost.
Lost, yeah.
So,
So just do the fucking puzzle. Like I think they have to start going back to doing either just puzzles or just physical challenges.
I would agree, but that's not gonna happen. That puzzle was hard though.
Yeah, that did look like a hard puzzle, but I feel like if you got the knack of it, after a couple tries, you'd be good. I did like how they hid the idol at the challenge.
You liked how they hid the idol?
Yeah, I will always take hiding the idol at a challenge over hiding it in the woods in a very obvious spot. Because I think it takes more effort to get it without anybody seeing.
Oh, I totally agree. It requires some skill to... I was shocked. I didn't think he was going to go for it.
Yeah, they kind of made it to seem like he was just kind of standing there and he wasn't going to go for it, that kind of shit.
Yep, but he managed to pull it off pretty seamlessly. But I mean, I guess when everyone is looking in one direction and you and you have to go behind them, really any reason for them to look around. If I ever ended up on the show, I'm going to be paranoid as all fuck, and I'm not going to pay attention to anyone doing the damn puzzles. Be looking around.
I do have to bump in here and say that we did get a new subscriber. Thank you, Campaign Thomas, for subscribing. Appreciate it.
That just happened?
8 minutes ago.
Oh, wow. Welcome.
Wow.
Campaign Thomas.
I believe that's what the name is, yes.
That's cool.
Thomas. But, yeah, I there's some things they have to work on, because the show's kind of getting repetitive.
What?
In the terms of challenges and where they hide idols and that kind of shit.
Yeah, that's in a way I kind of it's like go back to like old school, like no idols, no, just like I don't know.
I think there's never been a season without an idol.
Not in season 1.
They didn't have idols in season 1?
Like hidden immunity idols.
Oh, okay.
Like obviously they had immunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like a fresh twist would be nice, I think. Like something that's never really been done before, but like a hearty twist, a big one, not like not like Carl's like idol nullifier. I'm talking like
the idol nullifier.
A fresh like Exile twist or Redemption Island twist. Not those two specifically, but like something to that scale.
What if they like the first 10 people voted off are actually the jury members?
Oh, that'd be horrible.
Would that be a twist? Though?
Yeah, they wouldn't know anything about the game.
They'd be watching it. And the other people wouldn't know.
Oh, so they'd be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Or every person voted out becomes a jury member.
Oh, jeez.
So
I still think my idea would be great. You get 2 people who have 9 friends each, and you bring your 9 friends. Those are your tribes.
Yeah,
That'd be bloodthirsty.
I want to see another like blood versus. That was. I like that kind of dynamic of pitting friends against friends and seeing how all that shakes out. So I think that would be a fun twist. How about a season where, like, new people keep entering?
Ooh.
Season never ends.
Yeah. It kind of just goes on forever. No, like I don't know, like there would be a cast of like 30 instead of whatever they had. Or I don't know. They had 20 this year, so maybe like a cast of like 25 or 26, and every time someone gets voted out, a new person comes in for like 6 weeks or something. I think that would be fun.
It'd be weird.
It would be very weird. I don't know how that would be entertaining or what.
And I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they would either. But
It's
Honestly,
Big Brother on Survivor.
yeah, that's kind of like
I would love to see fans versus favorites again.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. Oh, I would love to get on a season like that. It'd be so great. Hey, that's why we're called the Survivor Wannabes, am I right?
Yeah, boy. I kind of want to see like an all villains, like the worst villains of all time, just go on a show. Just villains, not heroes versus villains. Just villains.
Abby Maria.
Dude, yes, 100%.
Lyrsa talks like Abby Maria, and it just keeps giving me like Abby Maria vibes. But she's
Racist.
their accents are the same.
I know. I'm fucking with you,
dude. I hate you. Did you know that they had to be in sequester for 2 days because of that storm?
Really?
So 2 days of not talking to anyone at all and just sitting on a cot, basically.
Heaven.
Sequester?
Yeah, so sequester
What is
meaning
sequester?
they're isolated from each other, allowed to talk to anyone.
Huh.
Yeah, so that's crazy. And like the fact that, well, A, it's 2 days, B, they can't talk to anyone at all, and then C, like they don't give them anything, like, so I don't think they might get like a little bit of rice or whatever, but it's meant to keep them still in the game. Like they're not staying in a hotel, they're not doing anything, they're like bare bonesing like what they get. So literally they just got like a tent and a cot, and that was it, and they weren't allowed to talk to each other for 2 days until that storm passed.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
boring.
it's boring.
Wish
as
it would have
fuck.
shown that
They're
instead of
not
just
gonna-
being, like, because I know, like, I was expecting they were in a hotel.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Jeff did an interview, explains like where they go. They don't
Yeah,
like
but
to
how many
reveal
people
that.
like watched interviews and besides
No,
like the hardcore people,
Yeah, well, they don't like to reveal the man behind the curtain, so that would kill it for people, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so that was really it. We kind of already talked about what happened at Tribal Council. Did things get blown up over the whole jacket thing? Like, do you think that's really why Natalie went home at the end of the day, or do you think like Natalie was gonna go home regardless of whether all the shit with the jacket went down?
Yeah, I think people couldn't stand her.
Yeah, I feel like they were trying to almost make an excuse, like to maybe not make her feel as bad about sending her home. But like at the end of the day, I thought she was definitely going home. I didn't really think there was any chance anyone else.
The jacket
Why
thing is
bring-
so weird.
Why bring the jacket up?
Why wouldn't you bring a jacket?
Well, there's
You're
that
in
too.
Fiji.
Yeah, but how many seasons is this? 37? And you don't know that it gets cold at night on a desert island?
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. Like if I'm in a tropical, like if I'm going to Miami or going to the fucking Bahamas, like I'm not thinking of bringing a jacket.
I always bring a hoodie. Everywhere I go, I always bring at least a hoodie.
Well, I mean, I kind of agree, I guess, but I don't know. I wouldn't think to bring one, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Bury yourself under some sand.
That's where all the creepy crawlies live, Sam.
Yeah, no, I know. Flea mites or sand
Yeah,
fleas.
fuck
or
that.
whatever.
You wake up with thousands of bites all over you.
Ugh.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. Well, I will miss Natalie. Just, obviously, I feel like she was having fun. She was enjoying playing the game. All smiles.
She had to go. She was like the focus of the past 3 episodes.
I get it, but I feel like she was entertaining as hell. She was one of the main kind of characters on the show, and she brought a lot of drama and a lot of fun. So
But
she
see,
will be missed.
I don't even consider her a villain. She's just annoying.
Yeah, no, I don't really consider her a villain. Like, I didn't see any of her actions as being villainous. I just saw like you said, her being annoying.
Yeah.
So would you see her coming back as like a heroes versus villains? Probably not, because she
No.
didn't make villainous moves. She was just like an annoying control freak.
I don't think there really are any villains this season.
I think there's. Oh, this season?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not yet. I mean, who do we, like? Yeah,
Like maybe Alec, but no.
no, I don't think Alec's a villain at all.
Yeah, I don't think there's any villains.
I feel like Davey could have villain potential.
See, even there, I don't even.
Natalia could have been a villain.
Could have
but
been,
obviously
yeah.
isn't,
I think she's probably the closest, maybe.
Yeah, but I really don't see anyone else having like that villain traits. But again, it could change quickly. Like someone could become a villain overnight and like making that kind of is deemed villainous or whatever.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I knew, but then again, you have Abby Maria to compare against, who's like telling people to go fuck themselves. so we don't have any of those people on this season yet. Natalie should have been that person. She wasn't. She kept it professional.
She could have been.
Yeah, she could have been. But oh well. Yeah. So I think that's it.
Yeah, we're at the hour mark, so
We are. Should
we're
I?
good to go here.
Should I do the promotional thing?
Yeah, plug us away, Seb.
All right. Well, if you want to join us on any of our social media sites, you could do so by going to fandomfound.com. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. Facebook.com/fandomfound. You can follow us on Twitter @fandomfound. And you can also find us on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com, search for Fandom Found, and subscribe to our channels and get notifications for when we go live. We go live on Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about the latest episode of Survivor. And on Monday nights, we go live around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about the latest episode of The Walking Dead. So you could join us live on YouTube on those channels. And then we also release the episodes on our website, fandomfound.com/subscribe. And you can find the podcast episodes, the podcast versions of those on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, pretty much everywhere that you listen to a podcast. So
Yeah.
definitely
We also do
check
Fear.
it out. What?
Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, but that's over
I know, which is,
for some of us. I mean, you're watching it now, and you're turning on
we
it.
got an
like
episode to go.
Like I said, you would.
Yeah, the beer guy is dumb. Okay, we get it.
Fucking told you.
The only reason he's there is to die.
Yes, correct. And to whine and bitch about beer. It's a dumb show. Sucks.
I'm about to die. My beer.
My beer. That was like literally he got bit and he was like, but I have to brew beer.
Who's gonna brew the beer in the apocalypse? Everyone, all the brewers are dead.
I literally rolled my eyes so hard. I like 5 seconds. I was like, oh my god, who wrote this garbage?
I think I texted you that exact same thing.
Yep. And that's why when you kept saying it was good, I'm like, just you wait. Just you wait.
Yeah, I have a big feeling they're not gonna go anywhere. So.
Yeah, you're goddamn right they're not.
Great.
Oh, we didn't ask our one question of the...
Oh, we kind of talked about it at the beginning, so I was kind of skipping it. But I guess we can ask. Dennis, who do you think's going to win based on this episode?
Well, Elizabeth.
Really?
Change. You want to trade sub?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
She wasn't even in this episode.
That's all right.
She left a good impression last
Yes,
episode.
and it's not about just this episode. It's about your overall take. Ryan, who do you think's going
Well, we talked about it. I'm pretty sure Angelina, if she makes the final, she'll win.
Yeah.
I still think Christian's got a chance too.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm leaning from a female standpoint. I've been repeatedly saying Elizabeth. Now I'm starting to lean towards Angelina. And then Davey, he was in a quick little snippet of this episode. And, I enjoy the shit out of it. Yeah, he was like, get my black ass out of here. I was like, I love you, Davey, so much. I just feel like he has the personality of a winner. He can be a winner. He's charming. It's all good. Like, I don't know. I feel like he can pull it out too if he can stay strategic and work things out. So I'm excited for Davey. So those are my 2 picks so far, Angelina and Davey. Unfortunately for me, they're both on my draft. So
Wow.
wow. All right, that's it.
All right. So
Play us
tune in
out.
next week, same time, 9:30 on Thursday, where we discuss this. And I think, like Sub said, we'll be back Monday for The Walking Dead. See where Rick and the gang get up to, what they get up to. Blah blah blah.
Soon to be just the gang.
The gang, yeah.
Minus Rick.
The people living in the woods.
Yeah.
So.
Huh.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Ryan.
I'm Sebastian.
I'm Dennis.
And we'll catch you next time. Thanks for
Bye.
tuning in.